Top 6 reasons of why is it that Chinese women file for divorce. Super spicy topic today, guys. So let's go down straight to the facts. A recent survey has shed light on the primary reasons Chinese women seek divorce, with surprising insights into marital dissatisfaction. The data suggests that issues related to intimacy, emotional connection, and financial stability play a significant role in the decision to end a marriage. The survey results, which have sparked heated discussions online, highlight the top 6 reasons why women initiate divorce. According to the survey, the most common reason women file for divorce is their husband's lack of... No way! Like, foreigners sometimes are quite right about Okay, once again, the most common reason women file for divorce is their husband's lack of sexual performance, cited by 45.9%, almost 46% of respondents. This finding challenges the conventional belief that financial struggles are the leading cause of marital breakdowns. Yeah, exactly. Long-term separation due to work or other circumstances ranked second, with a 16.1% of women stating that prolonged absence created an insurmountable emotional gap. It's super crazy that sometimes when you're in China, let's say the place I was doing my nails had this wife and husband together, kind of like business. They work there, is their business, and I was always very curious where were their children. And she always said, my children, I have 2 children that are back home, Laojia, Sai Laojia. Always the answer was at Laojia. So Laojia basically means at their hometown. And I was like, wow, how long away is your hometown from Shenzhen? And she's 4 or 6 hours by train. And the one that was caring for them was always the mom. So it's so very strange how so many couples will have this dynamic where the children are separated from the parents at Laojia, being taken care of, the parents are the ones taking care of these children, or grandchildren, better said. And sometimes also this happens to the spouses, one is separated from the other one, one is working very far away. Oh yeah, I have this case where I had this friend working here in the wholesale clothing market, and sometimes the husband is here and the wife is in China, for 6 months, or even there was one time where she was staying in China for 8 months and the husband was here in Mexico working at the shop for all this time by himself. I don't know. The son is about my age, but it's just very funny, very not funny. It's quite strange how the dynamics of the whole marriage and family thing work in China. If you are not able to take care of your children in order to work, then your children will be staying with your parents. So basically, the grandparents will even raise the children as their own children because they raise them from little to even maybe high school, I don't know. And sometimes you will be just separated miles and miles away, just like in this case, he was in Mexico and she was in China for as long as 6 or more months time. That's just very awkward to me. In that case, why would you even get married? It's just very strange. Anyways, this is how some couples work, and I cannot judge or blame because it's very hard to get a life, to get living, to get your ends meet in China, since life is hard. There's so many people and competition. So you get it done however you are able to do it, then it's just like that. Financial difficulties came in third place with 40.2% of women citing their husband's poor earning ability as a key factor in their decision to seek divorce Interestingly, relationships fatigue, where love fades over time, was the fourth more common reason, accounting for 11.3% of cases. So it's very, yeah, it's quite strange, A lot of us will think, since always this bride price or this luxury goods and all this kind of lifestyle is coming up in videos in the news, you will think sometimes maybe that is a very even the first cause of discussions, etc., but not the first one. Is, as you have heard it before, is somehow dissatisfaction. Okay, other significant factors included a husband's bad temper, 7.1%, and lack of attentiveness, 5.4%. Many women felt emotionally neglected, noting that their spouse failed to provide the care and understanding they need. The survey results ignited a lively discussion on social media, with netizens expressing mixed reactions. Some users were surprised by the ranking, particularly the fact that sexual dissatisfaction topped the list while financial struggles ranked third. One user commented, "I always thought financial problems were the biggest reasons for divorce. Now I realize that for women, a lack of intimacy is even more crucial." Another netizen added, "Money isn't even a primary concern. This is eye-opening. I used to think no woman will stay with a man who couldn't provide for her, but now I see that personal connection matters most." So therefore, there are so many Latinos, because I have so many stories of Latin guys, getting this woman, because these women somehow are feeling, unattended, are feeling the lack of this intimacy bond or this connection with their partners, no matter they are not the best providers. Others questioned the reliability of such service, arguing that financial stability remains a crucial factor, but is often not explicitly stated. "Don't be fooled by these numbers," one skeptical user wrote. "Money and status is influence relationships in subconscious ways. A woman may not admit she left because of money, but often that's the real reason." While the survey focused on women's reasons for divorce, some netizens wondered what is the primary reasons for the men to divorce a woman. Although no official data was included in the discussion, online commentators speculated that men often cite reasons such as infidelity, lack of respect, or constant arguments as their top concerns. Guys, what would you think are the top 5 or 6 reasons that, or if you're Chinese, which are the reasons that you, if you are a divorcee or your colleagues got divorced in China? In Mexico, as far as I know, infidelity is quite high here. There was this time when I discovered, I think this was years ago, I'm not sure whether this is still updated or not, but there was this time when I discovered this paper that stated that Mexican women were the most unloyal women in the planet. What? Like, seriously? Our race is like the most unloyal, because who knows why. Anyways, this is a very big issue here. Yes, even some of my very close, like some of who were my really close friends back in the day when I was in school here, which was even previous of me living in China, confessed me that they had somehow cheated their husbands. Although their husbands are great providers, they live a very luxurious life. And I was just very shocked. How will they act like this? Because, guys, this one woman that confessed me this, she's living a dream life in Mexico City. Luxury trips, luxury goods, luxury bags, luxury home. And you couldn't guess who that she cheated with. With the husband's partner, business partner. Like, I was just very, how to say, disappointed at my girl. I mean, since then we haven't spoke because I guess we took different ways. And I am not that kind of person which will somehow, you know, tolerate those kind of toxic friends, because I believe this is just toxic. You can listen to it once, but you're not gonna be listening to the same talk over and over, like this happened and that happened and that's it. So that's it. So that is what happened. She got married with a very, I believe that at that time it was quite average guy, and somehow he was a very hardworking one, and he got to made it in life. So they became rich, and now that he is quite rich, he somehow, she said, because he was always having these issues before too, like being unloyal to her, so therefore she felt lonely and she didn't have anyone to be around with because he was always absent, just like in these scenarios. And like somehow he provoked this to her, this loneliness, this like dissatisfaction, and she also found out that somehow he was cheating, but they never really talked it clearly, or I guess she didn't want to leave because they had two little children and they were having a good life. So it was not a very wise decision for her to do that. And I guess somehow in revenge, or I don't know why, but she decided, because it's a decision, it's not just an accident, to cheat with his like just best, it was one of like his best friends, like his partner in crime, like his business partner. And I was just very amazed because she got to confess me all about, like, they will have these family meetings, and whenever they were at the partner home, they will still be able to have, some action. I was like, wow. And the wife is quite older. Maybe it's older than us, like 10 years. Maybe it's like, I'm 37 now, so maybe the wife is, that one wife was like 45 or something. And supposedly, this partner, it was complaining like the wife didn't want any more action, so therefore he was also feeling the lack of it. So he found the perfect partner, which is this one girl that was also feeling lonely, and that's it. And you know what is the worst thing of things is that they come online, like in social media, as the perfect couple, having the perfect trips, having the perfect stuff. She's always buying very beautiful things and all that jazz. So I feel that is just very sad, and it's just a big lie, and they just live very empty lives. Basically, or maybe the biggest reason that they don't get divorced is because of the children, just as maybe many others around the world. But they just live like this. I don't know until when. Anyhow, I was just telling you this story because I heard that Mexican women were very unloyal. And I mean, this case really shocked me because it was a case that it was so obvious, like, come on. They're partners, they see each other almost every day in the office and outside the office, in the golf course. Anyways, let's read some comments. This is BS. Intimacy has been an issue for a long time, but only recently divorce numbers had gone up. People are just losing jobs. That's the main reason. What do you guys think about it? Not surprising. Women are more emotional than logical. Lack of sexual satisfaction easily trumps financially security. Have never understood men who don't feel it's their responsibility to take care of their woman needs. Get half assets and be single again. Okay, so one guy is just saying like she wants to get the half of the assets and just be by herself. I believe number one reason must be infidelity. Some women are like huskies. They require a lot of attention, and if they do not receive it, they may become destructive and run away. I always smirk when I see a couple walking with a husky. Anyway, this is just nonsense. He's talking specifically about Chinese women. I will agree with that. Some of the Chinese women are very strange, they really are so demanding on attention. Like, I was living in China and having all my like foreign friends telling me stories about how these women will be just chasing them nonstop, trying to figure out where they were at, who were they with, or if they were staying at their homes. Like, let's say she came and sleep over and I cannot kick her out. Like, she's staying here since yesterday and it was for me. I mean, those men will say, like, for them it was just a one night stand and it was pretty much over the next day. But those women will not act as such. They will stay there and linger in their house for a week and they were like, I wanna just leave her. This is nonsense. She just wanna play husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend, but that's not my side of the story. And some of them also will be calling them nonstop to check up on where they are, or they will be making all these dramas about, like, being jealous of them not coming home at a certain time, or them doing things that they don't want, etc. In this regard, I will totally agree. Mexican women are way more mature to Chinese girls. We will not feel proud acting like this, like somehow childish or very entitled to a man. Like, why you do this to me? It's your fault. Like, no, that's very. We feel like losing respect to the point that now some Mexican women are very, very mature, even more than Mexican men, and very, very stable in regards to their life plans, life status as job or business, or just more stable, in all aspects of life. And this comes also with stability of peace of mind. And she will not be, not all of them, just a little percentage, because there are some that are very toxic. Yeah, some are very, very toxic. Here in Mexico, basically a lot of women will be competing with the biggest assets will be just their bodies. So if there is this one guy that they want to hang out with, although he's taken, having a wife or a girlfriend, this one other woman believe she can still have a hand on him if she looks good enough, like gorgeous body, and so surgeries here are very trending to just be a hot catch or a catch for anyone out there. But the case is, like, some of these women are really suffering. They're just posting things like, oh, he used me, this and that. Somehow these women end up being the most used ones, the more attractive and seductive ones. I'm not talking about like elegantly attractive, but like maybe somehow vulgarly attractive. They just end up being used. And what do you guys think about this article? Do you guys agree on that or not? I guess maybe it can be a mix of all. Like, the guy is stressed because of his job, and of course when you're stressed you don't have the need of having these emotional moments or like intimate moments, because you are thinking about how you're gonna make it on life, how you're gonna make ends of meet for your family. So you are just having the time to plan things ahead, to work more, work extra hours, and therefore you come home and you're tired, and you somehow little by little end up losing the care or attention that your spouse needs, and therefore things just go the wrong way. This is my thought. It's very hard to be judgmental about it because we don't have the pressure Chinese have, so it's easy to just say whatever. But I believe none of us would like to be in their feet or living their lives as stressful as they are. And some of them, of course, not all, but many, the majority, and taking the decisions they're taking in order to just survive, literally survive.